A man is walking home when a little girl sitting outside sees him, stands up, and says, "Dad!" Then the man looks at his daughter and says, "Girl, why are you here?" Then the little girl says, "Dad, I came to tell you some good news. I got accepted into a university. Look." Then the man says to his daughter, "If you want to go to college, then go. But why did you come to my house?" Then the little girl says, "But I don't have enough money for my tuition. My teacher said that if I don't pay it soon, they won't let me continue studying." Then the man says to his daughter, "When your mother and I got divorced, we agreed that you would live with her." Just then, the man's wife arrives with her mother, and they witness everything. Then the man says, "If you don't have enough money for your tuition, go ask your mother." Then he shoves his daughter and says, "I only have a little money. Take it and get out of here quickly." Just then, his wife walks over and says, "Honey, what's going on? And whose child is this?" The man lies and says, "Honey, she was just asking for directions." Then his mother-in-law says, "Then why did you give her money?" Then his wife says, "Send her away right now. What is really going on here?" The man makes up an excuse and says, "Honey, that money just slipped out of my hand. I only asked her to pick it up." Then he snatches the money back from her. Then his wife says, "Oh, really? Then drop it again and let me see. Why are you lying so much? Tell me the truth. What's really going on?" Then the man says to his daughter, "Alex, I told you not to come looking for me. I've only had a few days of peace. How am I supposed to explain all of this now?" Then his wife says to him, "That's enough. If you don't tell me the truth today, don't even think about coming back into this house." Then he says to his wife, "Okay, honey, she's the daughter I had with my first wife." Hearing this, both the wife and her mother are shocked. Then her mother says, "What? You have a daughter that old with your first wife?" Then the man says, "Mom, she lives with her mother. She has nothing to do with me. I send child support for her every month." Then he turns to his daughter and says, "Alex, see? You won't even let your own father live in peace. All you want is money, right?" Then he throws the money at his daughter's face and says, "Fine, I'll give it to you. But from today on, I don't want anything to do with you ever again." Then he says that and walks away. After he leaves, his wife says to the little girl, "Sweetheart, are you really Alex's daughter? You never came here all these years. Why did you suddenly come today?" Then the little girl says to them, "Grandma, Auntie, I got accepted into a university. I came to borrow some money from my dad so I could pay my tuition." Then the woman's mother says to the little girl, "Sweetheart, getting accepted into a university is wonderful news, but from what your father just said, it sounds like your mother isn't helping you either." Then the little girl says sadly, "Ever since my mom got remarried, my stepfather has never taken responsibility for me. Instead, he kicked me out of the house." Then the man's wife says to her, "That's just terrible. Look at the way your parents have treated you." Then the little girl says, "That's why I had no choice but to come here." Then his wife says, "Sweetheart, if your mother won't take care of you, then we will. After all, you're Max's daughter, which means you're our daughter too. Now tell me, how much is your college tuition?" Then the little girl says, "Auntie, it's okay. I really can't accept your help. If I can't afford my tuition, then I just won't go to college. I'll leave now." Then she starts to walk away, but the man's wife calls her back and says, "Wait a minute, sweetheart. This is the time in your life when you should be studying. If you don't go to school now, then what are you going to do?" Then her mother says, "That's right, sweetheart. You worked so hard to get accepted. You have to go to college." Then the little girl says, "Okay." Then the woman's mother says, "Sweetheart, didn't we just tell you that we'll pay your tuition? Now tell me, how much is it?" Then the little girl says, "Auntie, 1 year's tuition comes to only $20,000 to $30,000. Then her mother says, "Oh, sweetheart, you've really been through so much." Then the man's wife takes money out of her purse, hands it to the little girl, and says, "How about this, sweetheart? I have $100,000 with me right now. Take it, pay your tuition, and keep whatever is left for your living expenses." Then the little girl says, "No, no, Auntie, I can't accept this money." Then the woman gently takes her hand, places the money in it, and says, "No, keep it, take it. Since I chose to marry your father, then his daughter is my daughter too." Then her mother says, "Yes, sweetheart, go ahead and keep it." Then the little girl accepts the money and says, "Thank you, Auntie. Thank you, Grandma. I promise I'll study hard from now on, and when I grow up, I'll repay your kindness." Then the man's wife says to her, "The best way you can repay us is by studying hard. From now on, you'll live with us. Come on, let's go home." Then she turns to the viewers and says, "Dear friends, I will take good care of this little girl. She will live with us, and I will love and raise her just like my own daughter. Now tell me, did I do the right thing?" Then she takes the little girl home with her.